good morning, folks. Excuse me. I do apologize for last week's stream. That did cut out due to my equipment. I'm using an older GoPro to try and do this stuff. But yeah, the reason I didn't reconnect is because I try not to put video work over my actual work. I don't get paid for videos, at least not yet, so. Anyway, tonight we are in a pre-Noth Tier 5 BisonX, basically just an air model Bison. I'm just gonna try and get out of the shop before I run into something here.
Let's see if you're on the radio. Guns are definitely producing more, I think.
I'm going to try something tonight. I don't have my music on, so hopefully I'm going to try and keep it connected a little bit better. Once again, stream for about 2.5 hours, so it's 12:30 now, so about 3 o'clock it'll turn off. If it doesn't turn off by itself, that's just how it works out here. I lose connection to stuff, and stuff shuts down due to technical reasons, and I keep going on what actually pays me. As much as I like doing these videos, they don't pay me yet, so here we go. Gotta go catch up with everybody else here. As we get out of the shop, it'll quiet down a little bit more too. There we go. Once again, I do like having my windows open when I'm working, so I can hear the noise of the machine as I'm doing my stuff. Whee! Oh, we got a whole bunch of phlegm in my throat right now too. It's kind of annoying. Alright, drop till. Whee! Here we go. This machine is very similar to the Tier 4 Bison. It's just a little bit newer. Got a few more controls to it. Big thing is this big control screen right here. This is everything to do with the machine, really. There's a few buttons on the outside, but this is the basic interface right here.
Downhill side under eyeless line and grab the top of wrist and start on tricks. You go grab the top of wrist and then just wait there. I won't be long, Frankie. Copy that.
We do have some spot guns going right now. That's what's going on up here. Just to help kind of cover up some of our, or pad up some of our less covered areas. Snowmaking has definitely gone longer this year than years previous, but it's definitely winding down here. We got a few operators that are currently working with the snowmaking crew. We should be getting them back in the next few days, hopefully. But yeah, it's middle of January and they're still making snow, which is the longest they've ever made snow out here before. At least to my knowledge, anyway.
Dusty, you got a copy?
I'm just gonna sit here while they get to the top of the lift here. Everybody gets rearranged. I'm going to see what kind of radio got going on though.
since you're already over there, you can't go 4 o'clock. But if you go down, make a pass down the Trigby's, you go up to Springmire and take a lap up to the Vista and come down 4 o'clock and make sure there's air tracks on it.
Copy. Alright, we got orders, we got going. I'm just gonna sneak this way, give Frankie some time. Probably mentioned it before, but in the pre-noth versus the piston bully stuff, you definitely have to micromanage the tillers a lot more on the pre-noths. Piston bullies, the tillers almost follow the machine a little bit better, like a trailer. In the pre-noth, they're a little bit more loosey-goosey. You have to kind of watch them a bit more, which I don't mind. Kind of makes me feel a little bit more as part of the machine and not just the guy riding around in the machine doing stuff. I'm gonna do this up until they're over. Alright, let's hit the sliders this time. This is a little low down here, but we didn't have. This one was put together kind of first thing of the season. There, snow has been melting off of it, so hopefully we'll get some storms and this whole thing will get filled back in again. That'd be nice. Snow prediction this year isn't looking too good at the moment, but you know, it is what it is. It's my life at the mercy of Mother Nature, really. Does have a better climate control system than the Tier 4 does. That being said, as I keep saying, it is a newer machine, so a lot of stuff is a little bit more fluid and a little bit more user-friendly. so I find myself hitting buttons that lift the tiller in the tier 4 that do something completely different in this machine and vice versa. So just getting muscle memory back to whatever I need to do with the tiller, really. The reason I'm bear tracking this area is because they use it for foot traffic to come up to a coaster that's back behind me up in the woods here. And they don't like it tilled out because it's too slippery for people trying to ride the coaster or get to the coaster anyway. So we bear track it just to give them traction, really. And back up on that one. Fence this little area off just so they can have kind of contain the traffic, but yeah, they definitely like the traction so people don't slip and slide around here all the time. Just backwards is kind of fun.
You guys copy? You want to try and knock those whales on top of Crosscut and 7F access on your way to T-Bar if you want, so it's not as much in the morning. 10-4. I'm leaving the shop here shortly. It's a little cold. Copy that. I just spread this one out on my lift line. About to start grooming, but it'll just make it a little bit easier for us this morning. Can do.
Oh, keep going uphill now. In one of my other videos, I think I talked about like symbols and controls in the tier 4. This one's similar. You got the cat outlined here on the right side. Sorry, I point random fingers. And then the tiller at the bottom there, of course. The green things are my Dumbo ears. On the sides anyway, you can see them kind of come up and down when I activate them. And then the squiggly in the middle means my tiller isn't float, so it'll kind of do its thing, kind of follow me, kind of like a trailer. Once I hit a button, it'll lock and straighten itself. You get those arrows pointed in, the squiggly disappears. That means it's locked like a 2x4 behind me. It's not going to go anywhere. So it's kind of a bit more of micro with that. I'm going to go up this way. windows open. I don't like being terribly cold. I do have a thicker skin to some cold temperatures, but not when I'm sitting in a machine for 8 hours or 7 hours and having to deal with temperatures down to single digits. Or wind temps anyway. Oh, here comes the wind. That's lovely. Welcome to hyperspeed. lights when I'm going downhill here just so I can see. There we are. Or me. Okay. There we go. Once again, the two-way radio is located pretty much right next to the camera, so sorry if it comes in loud sometimes. Distance, maybe, I don't know if you can, I can, but other than that, I don't know what's directly in front of me, so this is kind of fun.
Okay, we need one more on the north side of the blue fence. We need one, maybe 1.5. I'm pretty sure at least one. Copy that. We'll just take one. We don't have a half cat. Copy that. One more cat.
way so I can just follow the corduroy to a point. Tracks are basically naked track marks left by the snowcats. They are terrible to ski on. I have before and it sucks, especially when they freeze up and they're not as soft. Soft ones are fine, but snow can freeze up given enough time and stiffen back up. So skiing on top of that stuff just sucks. I don't wish that to anybody.
That all the way up. We'll be back through here, just smooth it out so it's easier to drive through. Copy.
Wow, this is big. Like it's torn down there. There's Dusty. Yeah, pause here for a second and close my windows because I'm going to have to jump right through that. And having snow making that crap come through here is not nice. Asked you to unpack.
Yeah, come on through.
Wrong button. Right button. There you go. Alright.
Next, did you find bear tracks?
There was some on the northern edge, on the upper pitch, and then there was a couple half cleanup spin turns at the junction of Springmeyer and 4 o'clock. The DJ Cat is at the top of Vista right now, but I didn't see anything too crazy.
Copy that. Giacomo's been moving that around. I don't think that was probably from him, but some left from
just because it needs to stay right here and I don't want to interfere with Dusty's work. Third one right there. Oh, that's going to be a little bouncy. Bouncy bounce. Yahoo! Coming back open. There we go. The biggest reason I like having my windows open is so I can actually see my mirrors. So I know kind of what my cat's up to, especially if I get close quarters into things.
I see the sway right there and follows downhill when we turn around.
Copy that. There's a backup camera on this machine. That's what this square is right here. If you can see where my finger is. It's currently covered in snow. It's supposed to have a heated glass plate on it. But I don't think that it heats up all the way, or the snow can kind of overpower and kind of create an icy thing on it. Back up a little bit, get these guys around. I'm gonna do that. I don't know which way I'm going here. Oh, he's going that way. Okay. Probably turn those off because I'm not high country anymore. Cool. so much torque in them that they can easily push over these big snow guns if I get too close to it. That's why generally we have a 3-foot rule. You stay 3 feet away from things, but there are some exceptions just because right now we have to. It's because we have no snow. You have to get close to things, which is rather annoying. And more stressful than annoying because I don't want to break anything. Turn my tiller down a little bit so
I'm pulling out of the shop. I'm headed over to Tarmac. Up ahead, Nova.
If I have the tiller spinning too fast on this thing, that's what this little dial in the middle is. If you guys can see that, it says 58, 59% under there. If that spins too fast, then the tiller can actually start jumping, actually start creating like little bumps in the run. Not very good. They're skier safe, but very uncomfortable to ski on. And considering that this is a beginner run right here, it's one of those runs I'm a little bit more picky like on my pass about and the presence of my pass. I like it having it like a little bit more presentable, a little bit nicer looking, just so there's a spot for people to learn to ski or snowboard. Call it my own personal OCD or whatever, but yeah. Just jumping still a little bit. I might put some down pressure on there. Down pressure is basically me telling the machine to put pressure on the tiller to force it down into the snow. Most of the time in these, especially the pre-nos, I generally have the machine on the tiller in what's called float, where the tiller's weight is just what's keeping it on the snow. These tillers are heavy and they do a pretty good job about just their own weight sitting on the snow, but you can tell the machine to press the tiller further down into the snow, or you can tell it to pick it up out of the snow a little bit, especially if you're climbing a steeper pitch and you need a little bit more traction. But you also need a till on the way up too, so you can do that. Alright, speeding back up, get some more tiller speed going. Walk the toe, put it back in float. This machine, the down pressure, up pressure is this gauge way over on the right side, a little squiggly sideways line in it. That squiggly means there's no down, the machine isn't putting any pressure on the tiller is just resting on the snow. Like I said, the pre-nos, you can just let them rest on the snow. I don't generally run a ton of down pressure to begin with, I don't like it. Makes the machine work harder, puts a lot more pressure on the machine to do stuff. More fuel. I'm going to turn off my beacon, so which is about one.
Frank, you would need a pit stop up here by the top of the infield. You can be on my right. Copy.
I'm out here in Nova.
Did somebody already have plans for ripping this 4 o'clock fence? Or can I fucking tear into it? Yeah, only if you're gonna clean it up. We don't plan on coming that way, no? Alright. I'll leave it.
I'm out here at Nova on the radio from time to time. He's kind of our specialist trainer. He's actually training a new operator tonight, which is nice because we definitely need the help with more terrain opening up.
Something that can be done, but yeah, we're not gonna travel that way today. No, that's why I asked. It definitely needs to be done though. yeah, like you said, there's 3 rungs for the most part, all the way up to the park. That's why I went down that way yesterday. They always had snow at 7 on backside. I was like, I gotta travel down here just to see what the edge of the run looks like.
Man-made snow. We put this together. We finalized this run yesterday, and it looks like they had a good time skiing it. So I'm right on the edge of the snow on the man-made right there. It's called the machine bite. Slow down for a second. But yeah, I'm always kind of, unless I'm in a tilled out area, or unless I have like basket on my blade, I'm always kind of constantly blading, trying to help break up snow a little bit and help the tiller have a better time smoothing and tilling it out. Got them a little close together there.
Just left the hump cranky. Just trying to, I don't know how to, yeah, that's ugly. If you don't fix that, I'll get it on the way down. Oh, I had something stuck in my tiller though. Didn't make it. I didn't clean it up all the way. I only got about half of it. Stop that. Oh, get it.
I'm going to give these guys a little bit more room just so back up a little bit more. It's kind of like driving on the highway. You give each other room. Sometimes you forget. You definitely don't want to tailgate each other though. Not at all. Good. There we go. tailgating is I can get this machine up to 9 miles an hour, which is it's its top speed basically. You can go faster, but you're basically pushing the engine into spots where you really don't want it to be. But yeah, 9 miles an hour is usually the max speed of these things. But you move a lot faster at 9 miles an hour than you think you do. Especially if you're chasing other machines and they're slowly doing something and you roll up on them at 9 miles an hour, it's pretty quick.
Down the north side, and once we get towards the bottom, you can spread back out to my left. Copy.
Oh, the rocks are showing. That's not good. Nobody skis there, hopefully. If you're smart enough, you don't ski on those things.
Alright. Which or so, Dusty. Yeah, we'll probably scratch me helping that tonight. I don't know. We'll see what we get into. I won't open a can of worms. It doesn't need to be open. Yeah, I mean, if you're having trouble, I would just go back to Steve and take the rope line down and go up so we don't destroy our snowpack. Hopefully it's decent. I mean, it just depends on how the drifting is, but I would imagine it drifted. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been up here really. I don't even remember. It's been a minute. But, you know, if we got, there should be a bottom on top of it. I don't think I'll be hitting dirt, but we shall see. Copy that.
Stuff is still hard because it's snow-made or man-made snow down in here. At least for what I'm sitting on top of right now. Oh, there's a bit of an angle right there. It's a bit of fun.
Can you just stay in pattern, keep going down Park Lane, please? Copy. They're gonna learn the hard way. They got to pull their rope.
Sideways on a slope, especially like a steep slope, and they can slide. I have slidden quite a few times. It's just part of being an operator in these things, just knowing when they can and can't slide and knowing how to deal with it. It's like fishtailing in a lightweight truck in the wintertime. You gotta learn how to do it. So you gotta do it so you can learn how to handle that situation. Caffeine drink. Just swap to water, which is fine. I need to drink more water. Got 2 cents.
You can continue up Park Lane. Grooming out that pattern. actually jacking it in there. Yeah. You'll open a wing, your whole blade will just raise on you. Like, oh, come on. I haven't had that, but I have completely lost all blade functions and tiller function in this cat a couple times. Yeah, this started kind of the end of last year. I wrote it up like this button's getting a little soft. Like you really got to squeeze the hell out of it. You don't have to wait for me. Oh, we just walked right up main tower. If I don't have to hook up, I'm not gonna.
You see me moving my spotlight around a lot when I'm following somebody. I'm trying not to flare it right into their mirror. Spotlights can be rather powerful. They are rather powerful on some machines and really bright. So I'm trying not to blind a fellow operator. The lights in these machines are pretty bright anyway. I have mine dimmed down because I know just how bright the lights in this machine are. I don't want to blind Frankie. Got to be a bit more considerate of that. But. Oh, that's natural still. Good. It's gonna be fun. About this machine, she will climb a piston going. snowcat operating is basically this. So it's, you can kind of think of it as like tilling your lawn or mowing your lawn in a sense, but no, this is the basics of it. From there you can get into some other maintenance packages and whatnot, but no, this is kind of the core of it. Some people say we just put lines on the ground for people who are willing to pay to come ski, which is, yeah. Depending on where you are, it's rich people coming to come ski. Yeah. Stopping a lot, but then again, my years before this year has been constant movement. We don't get a lot of breaks, so drink when I can, finger food, keep her moving. And again, years previous, I could till out about 100 acres a night too, so it was a lot of fun. Think about that one, 100 acres a night. What the frick? Forgot about it. Just tell him what I'm doing. I'm not worried about that, I'm more worried about this. That's fine up there, I don't care about it. Hey Frankie, check your tiller, you're doing out both sides of it right now. Usually this is kind of a good indicator that the tiller, you didn't turn your tiller on in some machines where you get passes where it's just crumb rows on either side of the machine, either side of the pass like that. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to climb back up this way soft, and I don't really want to make another mess right there. I can try it, maybe. What? Yeah, we're going to try it. This goes bad, this is airplane. Oh, I got traction. I'm not climbing here. Okay, we're getting soft here. sound like much, but it feels like a lot. See how much this is. I had 15 there for a second. 14, 13.
Frankie, you can go ahead and head towards Crosscut. Do a lap or two right over that way. I just got to make one more lap in the big fall. Make sure we got everything on Trigby's. You guys might have to do it up down over there. I'm not positive. I just got to do one more lap in here. Yeah, we're on it. I grabbed full wheel Mist Lake on my way over. Copy that, Nova. Thank you.
Park lane, go.
Hey, Max.
He's covered up for him. It's a little dull in here without any music on, but I'm trying to maintain this connection for as long as I can. About an hour 10 in right now, seem to be doing pretty good. Not doing the teaching areas down here today because they were already done. Quite nice because we didn't have a big crew today. One of the park operators actually got the teaching areas. They're an ex-graveyard operator that went to parks. So they got the teaching areas done for us. At least this one anyway. This area. The ones on the other side of the mountain, we'll see what we have to do over there. But yeah. because I'm kind of thinking about what he's doing ahead of time, using my imagination a little bit. A lot of the time, the pack leader will ask for sights, especially with some newer folks behind the wheels, behind the sticks. But I'm just trying to think ahead and figure out what Frankie's doing and go from there. Down where I did that little push, we can just make sure that little part's tilled, even though there's still snow making going on there. Copy that. Where would you recommend turning around at the top section? Looping Snowflake, or what would you recommend there? I'd probably just make a turn at the bottom like Homestead Pitch gently and go back towards, I wouldn't loop around anything. See that? Frankie's one of those guys, bless his heart. He's got the best intentions, but you gotta give him more guidance. So yeah. You can leave that, we'll be back. Copy. Squeeze past him here. Yeah, best of intentions, but you gotta give them a lot of direction sometimes, which is kind of, I wouldn't say pain, but can be kind of exhausting, especially when we're already exhausted. So working graveyard shift is a mental battle as well as a physical battle. But some people can do it, some people can't, you know. Difference for me in this machine is where the tiller lock is located for locking straight behind the machine. This one, it's on the front. I click it with my thumb and double tap it to lock it straight. But it's in the exact same position as the old machine where I would double tap the button to pick up my tiller. And then the lock and straighten in the old machine is done with my trigger finger. So yeah. The 2 buttons on the back of the joystick, or 3 buttons I can hit with my trigger finger on the back of the joystick, are responsible for dropping and lifting the tiller off one button. And then one just doesn't do really much of anything, because I can do it with a different feature. And the other one is for a tiller stop, if I only got the tiller on the ground. So not the biggest downside in the world, but definitely find myself hitting the wrong button from time to time. This one has more buttons on it. I know you can't really see it because the dome lights in this cat don't work actually. New cat, the dome lights don't work, it's great. But yeah, a lot more going on in the joystick in these Tier 5. If you are interested in these more, if you haven't seen it already, there's a really cool video by, what's his name? Push and Pow. He actually is in a light wolf winch, but it's the same layout. So you can kind of walk you through the buttons and show you the buttons a little bit more. There's just a lot more buttons, a lot more stuff going on in that newer stick than there is in the Tier 4 stick. And that's all by approximately
Copy that, Noble.
that was a little wet. That was man-made now.
Frankie, are you going to have to do another lap there on crosscut, or are you going to be headed towards Peak 9? Yes, I'm going to have to do another down, up, down. Copy that. I'm headed up to Trigby, so I'll meet you back at the top there by Island Line.
Dude, just go, dude. A little bit of frustration there. What he should have done is just turned and burned, got out of the way, not really have to clean that thing up. Just because now I'm sitting here, I'm gonna have to go make a mess there. And if we are coming back up, then might as well just leave it. But
Max, you can take out half, clean back blade and take out half, and we'll be back one more time for that, and we'll clean it up the next time.
copy. Like I said, he could have just turned and burned, and I could have done that, but he's still figuring out leading and whatnot, so I'm just gonna acquiesce today. Should I turn the other way? I'm so used to turning that direction. Oh well. So much fluff in there, I don't really need to backlight that one either.
Wait, no, cancel that, Max, cancel. Go ahead and clean that up, Max. With Dylan's added down pass, we should be able to get this to the snow gun.
Copy. Yeah. Like I said, he's still learning. I was there once, so I understand it. I'm trying to be a little bit more open-minded, especially nowadays. But else. It has been a slower season too. I mean, y'all probably know that. The season hasn't been the greatest for snow, especially down here in Colorado. Everybody coming up here for a winter vacation and complaining about their unfundable or unrefundable winter trip. Well, Mother Nature, but they want to find someone to blame. And they blame the ski resorts because they can't blame Mother Nature.
Frankie, if you're headed towards Peak 9, you can drop down through Sawmill, go through the base area, and go down by the village, Max. We'll pick up the rig hauler, and then I'll meet you at the bottom of the back. Good night, got it.
This is all man-made stuff off of this HKD snow gun. Wet and sticky like a mother sucker, but it's a great base for building runs, and then trying to get snow to stick. But wet as a mother sucker. I might have to hammer my blade off when I get done with work. Well, that right there, nice and plumpy. Definitely not the best tilt coming through there, but I think we're gonna come through and try and. That gun is going to keep producing for a couple more hours, see if we can get some more snow here. Same with this one down here. It's freaking hot in here now. I'm going to turn my temperature down. Woohoo! I'm toasty. That's good. As much as I don't like being in a sweat box, it is nice to be in a comfortable temperature. That being said, I do have a habit of turning my heater off when I'm falling asleep. Because you try falling asleep in the cold, it's not fun. Right on the edge of that wheel. Oh, come on, wiper. Thank you. rotate my wipers. So there's a button on my joystick I can double tap, and both the rear and the front and the rear wipers will go, or I can put them on auto over here, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Oh, I'm on the high side of this. This is going to be a fun drop. Oh, I don't think I should slide. I try and get every first year to slide right here, just because it's a controlled slide. You don't go very far when you do slide. It's one of those spots you have to go with the fall line of the slope, especially in a machine where it doesn't have as good as ice spikes as this machine. The ice spike is just a spike that sits on the track, or the grousers, and all it is responsible for is side-to-side traction, really. It kind of penetrates deeper in the snow. If you have more of them, you have more traction on side slopes like that. Here's on the pass, good old seat chair.
You got a copy? Hang on.
Hello?
What you got? Well, you just make sure that you have time to grab that cross-cut wheel. Yeah, you already knocked down those two to start. We'll go up to 7-up access, but I can handle that later this morning, I'm sure. But that cross-cut one could potentially be kind of hard to kill out today. It is starting to be a decent pile there. Like we might need to put the rope on it. You can definitely till it down. It down fast 100%. But where that's at, the pile that's there could get difficult to climb, especially with another 4.5 hours of snow maybe. 10-4. And did I see, did they want me to try to get out on Bliss? I saw like track packing out there. I wouldn't worry about it. I just want Reverie for now. But they might track back Bliss, so we can hopefully catch more stuff. But if you can still see it, the city is below all the way in. I'm about, 40 feet from the top of the T-bar here, and just kind of slowly doing my back dragging, trying to get a little bit farther each time here. Yeah. Copy that. Yeah, I just went by that oil top crosscut, that's all. And it is decent, so I just wanted to make sure you knew that. Take care of that one when you had time. Okay, yeah. I got a pretty good push on the 7-up ones, so I don't think they're going to really probably make too awful much more. But we can damn near take every bit of that, like, just kind of squash it right where it is, and it'll farm its way down by itself. Yeah, copy that. Yeah, that other one's turned out well, same thing, it's just spraying on our groove now, so hopefully we can just kill through there one more time this morning.
that sucks. Why did you leave those there? For some odd reason, people love leaving poles and stuff out down here. I don't mind running over poles, but skis kind of hurt. Frankie, just go, dude. Come on. Don't worry about the box. Sorry, I'm a little impatient. We just don't have a lot of tillers on the ground at the moment and a lot of acreage to cover yet. But the foxes are cute. There was a fox just running off that way. Seriously. I'm supposed to go in the village. I don't know where the hell you're going, dude.
Back to the routine. Frankie, after he grabs, I go ahead and follow Matt for now. You can jump back in the middle later if you want. But go ahead and follow him just in case his path doesn't look good. You can double pass and pick it up. Absolutely. Copy that.
What in the world? Alright, this is what I want, but I gotta check straps here.
I'll wait for you right here at the Quicksilver load, or anywhere else you want me to wait, and then I'll follow you.
Yeah, copy. I gotta step out and check the straps. They look loose. I don't know if all the straps are here or not.
Copy.
Back in, straps were there, not connected, not tightened down, but it's a full load, so I connected everything and I'll pick it up.
Copy.
That's annoying. Sorry, I say annoying. The troll is responsible for loading this thing. I don't want to sound off-putting, but Yeah, it's kind of annoying. It's kind of like finishing a job you started, really. It's just like, if I have to get out there and connect that thing every single time, once I say to patrol, that they can just get sloppy with that. I know they got a lot going on, but if they want me to take this thing up, they gotta package it right. There we go. Drop the cutter bar a little bit, so hopefully it cuts in a little deeper, but yeah. Down here, it's just gonna look like crap.
Yeah, it's moving down there yet?
I'm coming up.
Copy that. We're gonna head up the gully. They're gonna be back on my left side after you get through the narrows there in the base area.
Back up into the high country where the stream cut off last week, so we'll see how it goes this week. I do apologize if it cuts off again. Just the connection I have out here, working in the high mountains. Another one down there. Look how far it's at. Trying to make this as good as I can, just so for
that thing.
Technical difficulties out here, and I'm trying to research better ways of doing it, but I just haven't got into it too much yet. And it might just be GoPro too. I don't know if GoPro versus a different action camera service would be better or not yet. Maybe it's the old Hero 9 I'm using too. I don't know. Maybe my phone. Who knows? I ain't buying a new phone until this one breaks, though, so there's that. Definitely ice down here. You can hear the tiller grinding on the ice.
Jump on my path. max, just extra.
Notification that we lost connection, but everything seems to be going still. Down pressure when you guys come up and down the pitch. Try to pack it back in for the racers. It's 50% down pressure. Gas is coming out all right.
You can keep going. Oh, we just might have got fenced in, didn't we?
There was an exit by that tower yesterday.
Perfect. Frankie, just give a little room. Let's do a couple back drags up this start ramp and we'll keep going.
It was a little quiet there. You want me to go swap this out?
Yeah, you can wait for it at the top. You can go swap that out and take care of top of Mercury. Just gonna do a couple back drags real quick and then Frankie and I will be right behind you here.
Copy. normally wouldn't do this with this machine, but, or not this machine, but carrying this. But since there's only 3 of us really towing out anything at the moment, I'm going to try and make my pass count where I can. Definitely feel where they've had this ski rack sitting out until I didn't like that.
Copy that, Dusty. Max, we take care of top of E-chair and bring 2 passes or so down out of the E-chair chutes back into our group before you head down with that rig following us.
Copy.
You should be able to go below the street. Copy.
Snow, especially when you're
Below the street here on the T-car is damn near horizontal, blowing so hard. Frankie, yeah, kill the snow where you're at. Copy that, Dusty.
go down, gives you. No, I was ready to start.
be okay. Yeah, I mean, we gotta try to keep that flat spot up top for the ski racks and everything, and we can keep extending it out a little bit farther even, but that'll do for now. Kind of cut that turn, cut you up to
south and north side of each here. The south side is definitely getting rocky.
that, Max. Frankie, if that doesn't come out perfect, don't worry about it. We will be back up there.
I'm gonna pick this thing up now. but it didn't have any straps on it. That was fun. Trying to flatten that out. I'm gonna drop this and then go flatten it out, I guess. Get everything out.
You're going to do the same thing. If you need to do 2 backups to get that outside, that's fine. Look at that. Don't back up any farther than I did.
It's a little roly-poly, but we're coming back up here. Some cats in the I didn't unlock my tiller. Oh, dang it. So many things going on at once here, and I left risers by the street.
I'm not giving you a windrow coming down here. If you have extra snow on your blade, just make sure it's on your dirty side. Get it on our way back up. Look at that.
Headed downhill, Dylan.
That Max, when you get to the entrance to the race course on sundown, just hang out there, don't enter sundown yet.
Copy. Can't see none. Come on there.
your widest, and I didn't call Sundown Gully because I just kind of wasn't sure. It was really wide at that one point. Just didn't feel comfortable calling it. Yeah, Frankie. We will get it.
No, that thing. Ah! I can't see nothing. Better. Turn around. Gotta defrost the way.
Just for everybody's information, I could be wrong, but once we came through that finish line the first time there, and I looked at the cheese wedges, and I looked at the timing eyes, because they left the timing eyes out there. There is no wire that goes across the finish line. There's a wire that connects to that timing eye on skier's left, and then those two timing eyes are powered by AA batteries, and they shoot a laser across and break the laser. So there is no wire in that finish line. Copy that.
Come on, Luke. Defrost.
Said the guy that got the wire in his tilter. Yeah, there's, I mean, I'm not saying for everyone, but that EMR, that one that they have set up right now, there's no wire in there. Just got suckered by that random pass.
It's about 2 hours, 26 minutes so far. These guys don't make it back up by the time we start moving again. Probably just end the stream here. Like I said, short one, but it's nice to stream every so often. I'll try and keep doing it on Sundays, as long as everything keeps working. Or it works better anyway. I don't want to get out and take a photo, but it's kind of breezy. It's also 20 degrees pitch right now. I might go sliding in my current boots. Pretty up here though. You can see down in the town there. And it's Novo way down there on the tarmac. One of the best things about working graveyard shift, man, you can see the city of Jewels down below you. Definitely makes you feel small.
down here, Frankie. Copy that. Copy that.
Making their way back up. I'll give it a few more minutes, but it is getting close to the end of the stream time here. It's 22 degrees if you believe it or not. I don't. With the wind chill, it's going to be a lot colder. Chill, man. Holy crap. It is 3 o'clock, so said I was going to end the stream here, and I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks for watching. If you guys did watch, feel free to comment and like. I do like your guys' comments of encouragement, and I think it's really cool to share this world to other folks. Do what you want. See you guys next Sunday. Thanks for watching.
Is there any more passes on the north of this black fence or no? You got 3 more.